Hi, this is Kevin. Just want to document my gear that I'm going to be taking on my December 30th, 2012 camping trip with some friends. I'm a little nervous about this trip because I have never camped below freezing marks. So I've been spending my day, went to EMS and a couple of other places over the weekend to get the gear that I think I need to stay warm throughout this trip. So just to run through it all and show you what I'm going to be taking, hopefully I can stay warm and I'll report back if I did. I'm going to be starting here with the clothing. I think this is going to be the most important part to have a comfortable warm trip. Got my Under Armour underwear. I've got 2 pieces of long johns or thermal underwear. Got my Under Armour, and I have a backup pair, a thinner pair of North Face, just in case I want something a little bit thinner while hiking in and not the thicker North Face. I can wear those as well. And then I also have a dry pair should I get a little bit sweaty during the day getting firewood for the fire we're going to need at night. These are Smartwool socks. I'm going to take 2 pair, one for the day, one for at night. If I had to, I could bundle, stack them up or 2 pair at one time if my feet are getting cold, but I like to keep 1 pair just for sleeping at night in my sleeping bag to keep my feet warm, and have a dry set as well. I just purchased these. I hope they're going to work. It's the EMS, I guess you call them hiking pants, and they are fleece lined. I don't know if I can get this with the poor lighting in the room, but they are fleece lined. They're a nice pair of pants. Tried them on in the store. They seem like they're going to be warm enough along with the thermal underwear, so I'll report back and let you know what I think on those, but yeah, hopefully I'm not going to have an uncomfortable experience. If you look over here, I got a couple of hats. I got it's an Under Armour kind of thin hat for sleeping at night. I don't know if that'll be enough, but I like to take this along even when it's above freezing, just to wear something. So I don't really like to have my head in the hood of my sleeping bag. And then I have my Mountain Hardwear hat. I love this hat. Comes down real low on the ears. I do not have hair, so I need something that's going to keep my head warm at night. I have my Under Armour shirt. It's like a thermal shirt for underneath all of my layers. That'll be my base layer. Then I have an EMS wool shirt. They say this can be a base layer, but because it's going to be so cold, I'm going to take 2. I don't know if I'll stack them up for the hike in, but probably later in the night before I go to bed I'll be wearing both of these. I just picked up this shirt. It's a flannel. One of my buddies said these are really good, the Carhartt flannels. It's very thick, very rugged, so I could wear this with my layers throughout the camping trip while we're getting firewood if I don't need a jacket with it. And then I have my tried and true trusty, if you can see the label here, my North Face, the Apex. It's like a soft shell jacket just in case we get some unexpected snow. I have that jacket. So with all this stuff, since I may not be wearing it right away for anything, since we're backpacking in, we have no other way to get our gear, and it's not car camping and park the car and get out and go. This is going to be actually a hike in, so I need everything to fit. So I got an extra stuff sack. I have 4 here. I like the Sea to Summit dry sacks. They're very nice. Keep your stuff dry should you get any sort of snow or rain event. And a lot of this stuff isn't waterproof, if you will. If it gets wet, it's going to take a while to dry. Then I have my gaiters. These are going to keep my pants warm or dry as we're hiking in. We did get a snow event last night, so we're going to have like 3 to 4, maybe even 5 inches up in the mountain. I don't know what they got, so I need something that's going to keep me dry without having to take snow pants. These just fit around the bottom of your boot with this little strap. They go up your leg enough, and you can hike through. I would say 8 inches of snow, 10 inches of snow maybe. For sleeping at night, I've got my Big Agnes. Love this bag. The Mystic 15. I think they were a little conservative when they said 15. It may go a little bit lower. I've been quite warm above freezing, and I've had to open the bag a lot during some of the trips. But I'll talk about what I got to stack it up because we'll be getting to the rating on this bag. So I was a little concerned about that. For at night, I have the Big Agnes insulated air cord. It slides into the back. If you don't know Big Agnes, it's a whole system. I won't go into it. You can see reviews on YouTube about it. So this will inflate, and then it'll give me an air pocket underneath, and this is insulated on the top to help keep me warm. But because it is air and it doesn't have that much insulation, I am bringing an extra sleeping pad, which is my Alps. I don't know if you can see that. Insulated, or this one's not insulated. It's just a foam pad, self-inflating. So that one should be. With the two of these, I should be sleeping like a king, at least in comfort. Not sure about warmth. And then I have over here, to help keep me warm, I just purchased this today. I have it's a Thermarest, or it's actually Sea to Summit, Thermalite, sorry, Sea to Summit. It's their 25-degree sleeping bag liner. So it's like a fleece that you curl up into, you slide this into your sleeping bag, and it'll take this thing down another 25 degrees, so it says, or it says up to. So I had a 15 degree sleeping bag liner, and I think this is going to work out much better for the below freezing temperatures. They're saying 16, so I am nervous. And then this is a self-inflating Big Agnes pillow. I like to be comfortable. It's not much extra weight. I blow this up, and it's got a little memory foam pad at the top here and in the air to give it some substance to sleep on. It's a nice comfort to have, I guess, while you're in the woods. And then, as I am a fan of Big Agnes, I have the what is this? The Jackrabbit SL2, two-person tent. My buddy will be sleeping in there with me. Hopefully we'll keep this warm. I did get some extra stakes since it will be windy, just to make sure that I had some longer stakes to make sure the tent was secured. And then these are just the poles for the tent. Everything will be going into this bag here. I have the Osprey Aether 70 with the compression sacks. I can get everything in here comfortably into my pack, and it's not too weighted down. Everything that you saw here is pretty lightweight. Alright, so for cooking, my tried and true trusty MSR Whisper Light. I love this stove. I've had this for 12 years. It's never failed me. And I just have a small canister, since it's only a one-night trip of fuel. That'll last me and my buddies, more than enough. And they have cook stoves as well, so we'll have backup. If you look over here, I love this little cook set. It's the GSI Minimalist. Just comes with a cup, a lid. You can cook in here. Oh, I can't get this thing off with one hand, but you get the point. You can take this off, and it has a little koozie around the outside of it. You can see it's been dirty or whatever, and washed it up a couple of times. You can cook all your food in here, create some, nice cup of coffee in the morning. It's a nice little cook set just for a single person. This is the Black Diamond camping lantern. I forget the exact name of it. You can see it expands, so it's nice and tiny. It gets nice and bright. You can see on the camera. And it does dim, so nice little thing to hang up in the tent around the campsite so you can see where you're going. I just picked this up today. The Minimalist here, this thing came, the cook set came with like a little spork spoon fork combo, but it's plastic and it's very flimsy and it already broke. So picked up one of these titanium spoon fork combos, and it actually, if you can see here in the camera, if I can get it, actually have a knife on the side here. So it's not very sharp. I can rub my thumb on it, but it makes it a little bit easier if you have some. I'm taking some steaks with us to cook on the fire. It gives you something to cut if you didn't want to use your knife. You can see over here for an additional light. I'm only taking two lights: my lantern and my headlight here, Petzl. Had this for a few years. Works great. Can't complain. Made sure it has fresh batteries. I am taking a few backup batteries. I'm not going to go through everything I'm taking, but they're sitting there, so I'll call it out. This thing is my, it's like a Leatherman. It's the Vitronox. I've had this for a few years. You can see them online. This is like the biggest one they sell. I forget the actual name of it. I've had this for as long as I had the MSR Whisper Light, 12 years, and use this around the house all the time. It's just a great, Leatherman type tool, multi-tool to have. I just picked this up. It's a bigger knife, just to have, when you're cutting up the steaks. You're out in the woods. You want to make a stick into a spike so you can cook up some bratwurst, whatever, on on the fire. It's, you know, it's a good knife to have. So I wanted a bigger blade than what the Victronox had. Those blades are getting a little bit duller. It's getting a little bit older. I do use it a lot, so I wanted something a little bit more substantial for a standalone knife that I can use well around the campsite. So I picked that up. And then I have some odds and ends food, some trail mix, some beef jerky. I got my Starbucks coffee and some tea bags for in the morning, and some power bars. But I'm going to pack up the real food later tomorrow before we head out. So I'll have that. So as you can see, got a lot of stuff here. It's got to fit all into my bag. I got to carry it in, and hopefully I'm going to be warm tomorrow. But I'll report back and let you know.